Hello everyone, and welcome to the Other Endings episode. I'm going to try and see both the true ending of the game, and also I'm going to give this another shot, although I did change it down to easy. I cannot get this fight normally, but maybe I can do it if I set the thing to easy, because then I'll be...
Calm down. You have to listen to us.
You have to stop! Do you know what you're doing? It's too late. He's not holding back.
Please calm yourself. You must listen to reason. It can't be like this. It can't end here.
Oh yeah, I can definitely get this done.
Damn it. Don't go making the same mistakes I did.
Shit. Oh, I missed. I lost out.
Why does it have to be like this?
Please provide support. Power, fangs of ice. Freeze, Lancer.
Okay, fall back.
Please provide support.
Oh my god, ow. Ow. Okay, so cannot just power through it.
Calm down. You have to listen to us.
You have to stop! Do you know what you're doing? It's too late. He's not holding back.
Please calm yourself. You must listen to reason. It can't be like this.
Winds of change storm my third force.
Oh, that did not go well.
What?
Stop!
Damn it. Don't go making the same mistakes I did.
Let me out!
Sorry, Luke.
Even on easy, this is hard.
Calm down. You have to listen to us.
You have to stop! Do you know what you're doing? It's too late. He's
Ow.
not holding back.
Please calm yourself. You must listen to reason. It can't be like this. Please provide support. This cannot be. Damn it. Don't go making the same mistakes I did.
All right.
You're kidding me.
I'm ready for anything.
My god, ow!
It has to be like this.
Ow! Ow, let me out!
My limbs are aflame.
Okay. So we got 3 of them down. Of the what? 8? Arrgh! Okay, there's Muse.
Go so far for your brother?
You know there's no going back.
Okay. Ow! My god, Jew, die! Okay, no more of... They've stopped moving in. That's actually interesting. I didn't even think about the fact that some of them will be weak to things. Okay, heal again. Gaius, leave me alone. I'm killing elites. Man, that feels terrible to say. Okay. Ring around the rosies. All right.
Become my blade. Windlass. Now you've done it. I was careless.
All right. Yeah, I can just imagine doing that on a real difficulty. Even on easy, it took me 3 tries. Holy crap.
You threw away everything for me.
Which is extra tragic because he's going to die soon.
So, this was all in vain. This is the world I wanted too.
Wow, that was a very short ending, but it is the ending you're not supposed to get. Thoughts on that one? I think I said this at the time. I really wish they had done more to really sell the relationship with Julius and Luger. Like, they make this great sacrificial moment of, are you willing to, like, kill your brother who is dying anyway, but are you willing to do the deed or not? But the problem was he'd been kind of an antagonist relationship ever since the game began. They only had a couple of scenes, and they never even really talked about it. I wished you'd seen a little bit more there. I wish there had been, there was the time where you fought Rideau rather than taking your brother in, but that was it. That was the only real interaction you ever had with him that wasn't combat related. So I wish there had just been a little bit more. Maybe some skits where you talked about you and Julius. Maybe some, really make me understand how close the two of them were. Because the game acted like they were really, really close. But it didn't really make me feel that was true, if that makes sense. It's another example of show, don't tell. Or, in game theory, play, don't show. still, I'm glad that was in there, and I'm glad, you know, like, I turned it down to easy in order to be able to get through it, because I wanted to see it. That is one thing I think I'm going to have to get used to or ready to do, is the ability to let go of my pride and say, you know what, I'm not... Tales of Xillia 2 was much, much, much harder than the average Tales game. And I've never had to lower the difficulty on things before. And I do definitely feel like part of the reason I had to do it here... That's not true, I did have to lower it on Fantasia, but that was the first outing. And a lot of people just said, yeah, the hard difficulty in Fantasia is just not... It does not work. So... I do think that... There's a certain amount of gamer pride that exists where you don't want to do it on easy. You want to have to struggle against the game to overcome it. And that's great, and that's true, except if I'm doing this as a Let's Play and I'm intentionally not grinding, and I'm intentionally not exploring every little thing because I'm trying to keep things moving for you guys, obviously that's going to mean I'm going to be slightly weaker. So no, that doesn't mean I'm going to play all future games on easy, but if I'm struggling against something, I shouldn't hesitate to lower the difficulty. As long as I don't load... Obviously, I would not have enjoyed the game if I played the whole thing on easy and I was just one-shotting everything. And it's trying to find the correct balance of how much difficulty is difficult. If that makes sense. But, with that, I'm going to go ahead and move along. We are now going to see the true ending. I will be... I will be playing again, or I recorded that first, then I said, hey, I can go back and get this one. But I'll be showing that presently. And yes, again, I'm going through that battle on easy, because I already bloody beat it! I don't need to struggle my way through. I have nothing to prove at this point. See you in like 2 seconds your time. Negative an hour for me. Bye. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the other endings. So, we just took it down. I'll be first admit, I turned it down to freaking easy. I already beat this. I felt good about my victory. I'm not going to struggle out another long, arduous, multi-hour session. So let's go ahead and see this with the true ending. Because the first time I went with what I think the most logical choice is, even though, as I think everyone knows from listening to me, wasn't super happy with how it was presented. But let's go ahead and see what happens when I go the other way and absolutely refuse to give up L. The last time I absolutely refused to give up family member, it led to having to kill everything in the world. And this one looks like the same ending, but apparently it's not.
Luca. Hey.
Hey. Once again, where is everyone else during this? Like, everyone else shows up from the cosmos somewhere. Don't really know why.
Luger!
Behind you.
I wouldn't use the Chromatus again if I were you. When you make a direct pact like that, you then run the risk of degenerating and becoming a divergence catalyst yourself. Considering the sheer power at your disposal, you would transform in the blink of an eye.
Yep.
Well, I never expected that you would surpass...
Well, I'm an actual scion of Kriznik. I don't know what the hell you are, but you're clearly a fake. It really seems to me like Spurious has the ability to fake Scions of Kresnik, because they also definitely had Rideau that wasn't really in the family.
What makes humans so interesting?
Can he just pop his own heart? So they heard a sloppy gush noise. Are they all wearing their... No, okay. For a second I thought they were all wearing their Xillia 1 outfits, but then that's just what I put Jude in. Because I liked it better than his lab coat.
You want my wish, Origin? Let me tell you my own personal wish. To take this fist and punch you all to oblivion!
Good job, you punched the clock.
Beasley Bakor, may your soul rest in peace.
I don't think I even like processed the fact that he died there the first time I watched this, because I was so just exuberant and also annoyed that fight had taken as long as it did.
Hey. I'm so glad that you all came to find me. You too.
Of course.
Does that really count as a scene? That's 2 lines. I don't know what they would call it. Bonus lines? Bonus dialogue? Alright, so let's see what we have unlocked. Let's see what our reward is.
There is nothing to fear. If it comes to it, I'll handle things.
You've said that before. You never explained what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
The Great Spirit Origin.
The one and only. I am very pleased to meet you, King Gaius.
You know about me.
Of course I do. You see, the souls tell me everything. They're sort of like my little birds.
You seem quite curious about humans.
Perhaps, but not as much as you, Maxwell.
I suppose this is our first meeting, but we have little time for pleasantries. We have a request.
To rid the fractured dimensions and continue soul purification.
Precisely. I would be willing to help you if you think you're at your limit.
Even if that meant endless torment?
She's already volunteered
so.
for that.
You really do love humans, don't you?
Mila, wait! Enough! You would force Origin to continue the purification? I refuse to stand idly by as you continue to torment him with your corruption.
Thank you, Kronos. Your concern for me has consumed you for far too long.
You mustn't burden yourself over me. We must make the humans accountable and have
I
them
still love
pay
the fact
for
that he
their
considers this to be crimes. Like, they had nothing to do with how souls are set up.
What's so funny?
Or the fact there's corruption
Well,
involved.
You just showed the most human thing about you. It reminds me why I love humans.
What?
I hereby grant these representatives of humanity the right to make
Origin
one
looks so
wish.
weird in this game.
Luger and El, for overcoming the trial and opening the door, the wish is yours. Me and Luger? Yes, wish for anything, but you must decide together. I could even undo your transformation into a catalyst. No, you can't do that. We have to wish away the fire.
I still feel like we could wish for both.
I suppose one way to save her would be for me or Luger to turn into a catalyst before she does. That would be the millionth catalyst, the magic number, and all transformations in progress would be cancelled.
So then, what shall it be?
So, I'll go the other way this time, even though this feels a stupid route. And they said we had to decide together.
You would choose this girl over the entire world?
No, I choose
And
both.
what about the fractured dimensions?
Okay. I mean, is this going to lead me down to wishing for both? Oh, it's going to lead to me sacrificing myself for God. There's an easy way to do both of these. Game, stop forcing this decision.
What? Wait, you can't be serious.
Oh, because if you use it one more time, you'll...
You mean to save Elle? By turning into a catalyst first?
No, stop! You can't do this!
Yeah, didn't we have to agree? Wasn't that specifically what Origin said?
Very well then. Will that be your final decision?
Final answer?
Luger Kresnik?
Wait, Luger, you can't do this!
Jude, let him be.
Luger, you're not afraid of vanishing away?
All right. We'll see where this is going. This does just seem
I
again.
understand. Then I will accept your wish.
I like his little like light tails or light cloaks, whatever you want to call them. Poor Elle's been ditched by her dad so many times in this game.
Are you okay with this?
You're doing what most wouldn't dare. For that, I commend you.
Please understand, Elle.
Wow, Elle's
You're the one
consoling herself.
that Luger chose.
Oh,
One of the possible
never mind.
ones. Not even himself. He chose you, here and now.
This is a more bittersweet ending, and I like it better than the other ending, which just seemed annoying and forced. But I still feel like all you have to do is phrase the wish that I wish to destroy all the fractured dimensions and prevent any more from being created,
It's so sad.
or like end in the trial,
Saved the world and the girl's life.
no longer creating new
See
ones.
that decision
Boom.
through to the end, Leia.
That solves
It's the least
everything.
that we can do.
Yeah.
This is humanity's true nature, isn't it?
Yes, they truly are capable of anything their hearts desire.
Even profoundly foolish things.
You may be right. But the impurity that exists within their souls is precisely what gives them strength.
Then fix the impurity. Like we didn't create humanity's souls, you did.
What do you think the impurity is?
I don't
Ex-
know. Greed, maybe? Desire?
That's not what comes our
Ego? Yes.
a desire.
indeed. Is desire different from dreams? Isn't ego the same as free will when viewed in a positive light? In other words, neither is good or evil.
Yes, precisely. And that is the reason why I haven't been eliminating it. I remove the miasma created during reincarnation and seal it.
But if you do that, the production of miasma will never end.
That's why I wanted to test humanity's decision. To see if humans could strive for perfection while bearing the impurity.
Humanity's decision.
Precisely. That is what I truly wanted to know. But you must continue to show me.
God, Origin is like...
Of course. We too will prove who we are. Just as Luger, El, and Julius did.
That is a test harsher than anything I could throw at you. If you can overcome it, I have no choice but to concede. For the time being, we shall seal away the miasma together.
I still feel like you're overblowing the miasma thing. You've been having all these different worlds, all of them creating
Humanity should
miasma.
once again
Don't worry. No matter how many millennia it takes, we will succeed.
Some very special humans have turned me into a believer.
Then I expect to be impressed.
I appreciate it, Kronos.
No need for thanks. I'll give you a piece of my mind later. We have plenty of time for that.
It's time I grant Luger's wish. The elimination of all fractured dimensions.
So, by eliminating that, doesn't that destroy a whole lot of the miasma? Like, the whole reason it's being so overbearing is you're having all these different dimensions running around, all of them creating more miasma. It's like he's setting himself up for failure.
Luger, it's been an honor knowing you.
I will never forget what you have done here today.
You wrap things up almost too perfectly.
You're just jealous, because you know you couldn't have pulled it off.
Luger, you need not worry about El.
We'll take good care
Or
of her.
worry, you're gonna be gone in 2 seconds.
You have helped me to fulfill my duty once again.
Once again. But I helped you
Luger
before.
Kresnik, you have my thanks.
Because these aren't bonus scenes. I could have ignored Mila the whole way through and she'd still have said that.
And I promise too, I won't lie anymore. And I'll even eat my tomatoes. I'll never forget how you saved me. And just how good your cooking was. Okay? Okay?
Take the mask off, man, before you fade off. Thank you.
It's a promise.
Okay, that was a nice little nod animation there. I played too much of the Trail series. Every single time I hear him humming that, I always think he's humming the Whereabouts of Light just for 1
now
second.
The human and spirit realms will live on.
And we will make sure of that.
Farewell, humans and spirits. Let us hope for a brighter day the next time we meet.
Jude!
Wow, Tipo got angry. Okay. Mila just sort of like randomly felt up Gaius, or Muse, and Mila can apparently fly for some reason. Like, I get why Muse can fly, but when did Mila learn to do that? And why has she not been doing it the whole game? It may be because we're in the spirit realm right now. And Luger continues humming even after he no longer exists.
everything.
And that was the true ending. I do have to say that ending makes me happier than the initial ending did. Though granted, I was a little bit ragey when I beat it the first time. That's why I wanted to record this pretty quick, so you guys didn't have to stay with my for too long. I'm not going to re-summarize the game. I kind of already did that. I will say, what I will say is that in the day that's passed since I beat it the first time, I've come to more terms with it. There are definitely things I dislike about it. I feel like the plot is a little bit too forced, and it's trying to put you into a situation where you have to make a difficult choice, but it does so by making characters not really act correctly, and forces a narrative that just doesn't make sense. That said, I really like Elle's characterization. One of my big complaints about the game was the way it handled alternate Mila, and it basically just brought her in to be killed for no real reason, just for forced narrative dissonance. Rolo's like, wait, what? And it kind of brought the other Mila just to die in order to have some melodrama that happened. But I do have to say Mila's disappearance, or Mila's death, for the resurrection of the other Mila, did do a lot to further Elle's character. That doesn't really make it okay. I still hate it when they just do that, but it really kind of fueled Elle's whole fascination with being the phony and how she's the one that should die instead of Luger. And it made his decision at the end of, no, I'm not just going to replace you with another Elle later, mean a little bit more. That said, I also really liked Luger and Julius's characterization. Iris. Man, she is thin as anything, isn't she? Holy crap. But yeah, I don't think we got these slides before. Really liked Elle's characterization. Really, Julius is one of the best characters in this game. Julius is amazing, and the more you learn about him, then you he is ruthless, but he's ruthless out of a really good place. His characterization is really, 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 really well handled, and I like it a lot. The things I don't like about it, I do feel like some of the side stories were handled better than others. The ones that specifically were not handled well, in my opinion. Obviously, Muse did not really care about Muse that much, because they just made her side story was just a joke of Muse being stupid and not understanding people, which I guess makes sense, but is also just dumb. I would have really, really, really liked to have a more deep understanding of Muse and kind of what her backstory and history is, and how she got to, there's a lot I would like to know about Muse, and her side story didn't answer any of it. Rowan and Leia were a bit the same. They were all about, we're trying this new industry now, and trying to understand things, but it didn't let me know their characters any better. I didn't get any great insights. Jude's was very good, especially the part with Celsius. Celsius just tugged at my heart. And then Elise and Rowan, kind of both of theirs tying into the Chancellor, were both really, really rewarding, and I greatly enjoyed them. Gaius's didn't tell me anything about his character, but I still enjoyed doing them, and it was nice to see Gaius in a different light. And although I still don't 100% understand why he was, I'm going to go around and lie about who I am, and ha-ha. But still, I did enjoy Gaius's sub-story. Did I miss anyone? I don't think so. Oh, Mila. Mila's sub-story was... another one that was okay. It's not one of my favorites, but I don't think it was a badly done job, if that makes sense. In terms of supporting characters, I do still... But my greatest problem with the plot overall is, again, like I said, whenever the Spurious Corporation is blatantly, forcing contracts onto people that don't have an ability to say no, and the most powerful people in the world aren't standing up to them, despite the fact they literally went to war with like multiple countries in order to make sure that justice prevailed before. It doesn't feel like something they would really do. It's like, oh, so Spirius, like, performed medical treatment on you while you were unconscious and are now making you pay back this exorbitant loan. Well, that sucks! Like, and it doesn't feel like something they would do. Gaius might not give a shit, but a lot of the other ones, none of them directly acted against Spirius, and I don't know why. And it's like, oh, well, Spirius could have made their lives difficult. Who cares? Again, they fought multiple countries in the past. Like, they're not going to be one to be like, well, I'm trying to do this research right now, and if I go against Spirius, that'll hold it up. Jude is so idealistic all the time. He would not have given a crap. But I definitely have a better opinion of this game than I did yesterday when I finally beat it. Primarily because I just got super annoyed with the game. The other thing I've got to say, and this was dumb on my part, I kind of forgot to restock on items, so I came into the Kronos fight after going through the Agony Maze. Had like 8 of the 60% health gels and like 1 of the 60% magic gels. And so I just like on only 14 life bottles, and so just could not. I didn't have enough items to really get through the fights, but I didn't want to go back to the maze because the maze is awful. Awful. Ew, tomatoes. Did you massive awarded the Howl Prize?
Everyone's moving up in the world.
Are you wearing Luger's like harness? Oh my god, look at the old Rolo! Leia Rolando.
Chief Editor Rolando. Oh.
I'm not a huge fan of her pigtails, I gotta say.
Hey, Alvin. I can talk.
Is she wearing a tie?
No, I'm not taller than you yet, but I'm starting to catch up.
It's a kitty Rolo!
Let me guess. You're calling about a job, right? Yeah? Uh-huh. Got it. Elise will be joining us this time.
It's a real kitten. Who is the girl cat?
Come on, Polo. We've got a job.
Aww.
All right.
We're just gonna abandon Rolo?
New world.
My god, do not make it Tales of Xillia 3. And button up your shirt, young lady. You are not Fee. What about Rolo? They just abandoned Rolo? Elle is a terrible person. Gotta take care of your kitty, Elle. All right, and with that, I'm going to actually go and try and get the other ending on easy. But if I did, you saw it before this one. So, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. You rock. Bye-bye.